Hi, what's up everyone, this is me, Hazard77. Today I'm making a video about my leopard geckos. Right, to start off with, I've got some max snows here. These aren't my only max snows, these are, I'm gonna show two at a time. Because when leopard geckos lay eggs, they lay about two at a time, so babies that hatch out of the eggs are called hatchlings, and pairs of them are called hatchmates. So I'll show them about two at a time. Right. So these are max snow. You can see how the yellow coloration is slightly lighter than the normal morphs. Usually when they're born, the dark dots you can see are slightly lighter than normal. It'll probably be a bit hard to tell in this video, but these are actually, these spots, this is actually dark grey, not black. In the normal morphs, these would be actually black. You can probably see it if I zoom in really close. Yeah, this one, his colours are looking a bit faded. I think that's because he's about to shed his skin. I mean, the colours can vary quite a bit. You can see these ones are not max snow, they're normal. So the yellow colour is a lot brighter than the ones that do have the max snow. And you can also see how the dark spots are black instead of dark grey. It's a bit harder to tell the difference between these two. I mean, you can always see it. If you look at the head, you can see this normal one, the dark spots are black, and the one that's max snow, it's dark grey. Almost like it's got a little bit of a purple hue to them. Yeah, as you can see on the left it's black, and on the right it's dark grey. I think also with the max snow, the dark pigments, they tend to be more broken up into little spots, whereas with the normal, the dark pigments, they tend to be grouped together into blotches and patches and various stripes. So this is another normal. Yeah, so you can see the difference between the max snows and the normals. Yeah, so these are normal morphs as well. You can see there's going to be there's definitely a variation to the amount of pigmentation that they have. But two of the obvious characteristics of max snow is there's three characteristics. There's less yellow, and the dark pigmentation tends to be a dark grey instead of black, and it's also broken up into little spots. So conversely, the normals, they've got more yellow, and the dark pigments tend to be grouped together. And they're also darker, like the black colour. Right, so these are my albinos. I've also got another normal leopard gecko that I haven't shown you yet. I really like this one actually because these little bumps in the body are like really bright orange. They're also a lot bumpier than, say, these the other leopard geckos that I've shown you. So I don't know if this might be a new morph or something. Right, so if I bring it close to the camera, you can see it. Oh, it's got a really nice carrot tail as well, because see, it's bright. It's orange coloration in its tail. That's really good actually. Yeah. So what we're showing you was these little bumps on the body. You see how they're really bright orange, and they're really quite bumpy as well. It's a rough, it's almost makes me think of a blowfish. You know, one of those yellow round looking fish that they inflate themselves by swallowing water. So this is really nice looking. So this is I would say this is a hypo as well. I'd say there's less than 20% pigmentation on the body, so this would be a hypo. Right, so next we have the albinos. These are all from the same parents that I showed you. Now, the albino trait is recessive, so that means that in order for them to display the albino trait, they would need to get the albino gene from both parents. Because the way that genetics work is that each chromosome is made up of two strands of DNA. One comes from the father and one comes from the mother. Now the father and the mother, neither of them are albinos, but they both carry the gene for the albino trait. There's about 3 different albino traits. These are all Bell albinos. Yeah, so neither parents are albinos themselves, but they carry the albino gene. And when they produce offspring, the offspring will take one set of genes from the mother and one set of genes from the father. In the case of these albinos, they both picked the gene for the albino trait. Yeah, so I'll just show you the actual gecko, the albinos now. So I'll bring them up close. You can see a little bit of a carrot tail on this one. That's because the mother had the carrot tail. Basically, what the albino trait does is it stops the dark pigmentation from showing. Only the yellow and orange will show up. So So you can see here in the normal, it's got black pigmentation. Here you can see it's almost like stripes. So let's look at this patch here between the legs. You can see here there's no dark pigmentation. Instead it's just pink. The reason it's pink is because it's showing a combination of a red colour of the blood and the white colour of the skin and the fat layer, so it appears pink. There's no actual pink pigmentation, it's just the red from the blood and the white from the skin. So if we look at this one, we can see this one's got a more of a yellow coloration on the head. Now some people will breed geckos to have more darker yellow pigmentation on the head, and they can breed it to have a deeper orange colour, and that is called that trait is called carrot head. It's actually a polygenetic trait, similar to skin colour, which can come in many different shades. Leopard geckos, so the yellow and orange pigmentation, because there's all sorts of different shades and saturations here as well, so it's quite varied. So if you wanna learn a bit more about pigmentation, just look up melanin on Wikipedia. It's spelled MELANIN. It's responsible for all the coloration in the leopard gecko, all the way from yellow, orange, black, grey, and so on. Now you may notice also that it looks like there are blue patches over her head, just above the eye. That's not actually the pigmentation from the skin itself, that's from the retina, I believe. It's just the colour of the retina showing through. It's not actually pigmentation in the skin. I don't know, I might be wrong. I think it's just the retina, the colour of the retina showing through the eyelids. Yeah, so as I was saying, you can see the black stripes on the normal, whereas in albinos there's no black stripes, and there's not going to be any black pigmentation anywhere on the albinos. So you can see black pigmentation on the tail. It's all missing on the albinos. In fact, actually, they do have a little bit of white pigmentation as well. I'm not sure. Do they have white pigment? I don't know. They probably do. Okay, so here are the parents. Right, this is a mother. She's a hypotangerine carrot tail, and this is the father. He is a Max Snow. You can tell, you can see how his dark pigmentation, it's not black, it's like a dark grey colour. And another thing about the Max Snow gene is that the yellow tends to be more faded out. Also, the dark pigmentation is broken up into little spots, as you can see. Yes, the mother's got a pretty good carrot tail. You can see it goes all the way down there. She's a bit skinny after giving all after laying all of his eggs. You can see some sort of faded bands here and here, also between the forearms. She's got a tiny bit of orange pigmentation just behind the head. Yeah, so hypo means that less than 20% of the body is covered in spots. Since she hasn't got any on her body, she's called a super hypo. She's also a tangerine, which means that she's got good orange pigmentation on the body. She looks almost more of an orange colour than yellow. And halfway between orange and yellow would be tangerine. There are some leopard geckos that breeders produce which are a really bright orange. This is just a tangerine. Carrot tail, so obviously means she's got orange pigment on the tail. You can see orange here. So these are the parents. She's got pretty light coloured eyes. Yeah, so both of these parents are recessive for the albino trait. His eyes are pretty dark. This one's pretty brave as well. He's also pretty smart. He likes to sleep on my arm as well, because I used to pet him a lot. Yeah, before I got my puppy, I used to handle my leopard geckos a lot and just pet them like this. I prefer it if you stroke the head rather than the body. They don't like being touched. You can see how it kind of arches up a bit. In the head they don't mind it. I like it if it's in front, where they can see you. If it's behind them, it sort of scares them a bit.